Energy Enhancement System is in Sherborne, England, and today we're speaking with Linda Greenslade, an EESystem owner who has a degree in psychology and has worked as a civil servant, an editor, a publisher, a writer, an antique dealer, and a researcher into the human condition. Thanks for letting us into your home today, Linda.
Pleasure.
Now, I understand before getting a system of your own, you spent an hour or more a day for 3 months in an EESystem in Hawaii. Tell me a little bit about your experience.
It was a very interesting experience. The lady I was staying with, who's had a system for a few years now, knew that I was recovering from breast cancer, which I was diagnosed with last year. So she was very keen that I should experience the chamber, the system. So I spent, to start with, about 2 or 3 hours a day. I would take work in or read while I was in there. And I found that initially it made me want to really go into a deep, relaxed state. It was a sort of tiredness that you just can't fight. And in fact, Shayla, who owns the system, said don't fight it, just go with whatever it does. So I find myself thinking, I want to go to sleep, and I'd be gone, fast asleep, and you'd wake up half an hour, 3/4 an hour later thinking, that was nice. A really pleasant, deep, for me, dream-free sleep. And I found that really restful. And over the first month or so, I was aware that my energy levels were returning to what they were before I had the cancer treatment. And that's something which I think, if you have had an illness which can be emotionally draining and traumatic because of the nature of it, you mentioned the C word, and you have all sorts of reactions to that. And I found that my energy levels hadn't returned. I would feel energetic during the day, but I would get more easily tired. And I found with being in the system that they stabilised, and I felt more constant throughout the day, that I could actually do more during the day. And the work I was doing in Hawaii was quite quite taxing, in that I was doing a lot of writing, editing, recording Shayla's life's work, really, so quite a responsibility. And I felt that I enjoyed it, and I felt that I was up to the task, and I didn't get overwhelmed by the enormity of it.
So in the system you would do a variety of things. You'd read, you'd meditate.
Yes, I could make notes. Sometimes I'd just be having conversations with other house guests. You don't have to sit in it and not move around. You don't have to be dead centre. You can just use it like any other room in the house. You can come in, have a drink in it, a cup of tea as we're in Britain, and you can just be very flexible. Or, which is what happened to me over the period of 3 months, by the time I got to about 2 months, I got into a routine of going in about the same time during the day. I'd get to, say, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening. I'd think, just now's the time to go in the chamber. And I'd go in, perhaps be asleep for 10 minutes, or just, perhaps not, just sit there. I'd be there for about an hour, and I felt that was absolutely optimum, because I'd got to a really good level of feeling. I felt more confident, more able to cope with whatever life threw at me, really, and not worrying about the future. And having had cancer, we had to give up, but we decided to give up a business that we'd had for 18 years, my husband and I. And so I was in a state of flux, but I didn't seem to be overwhelmed by that. I felt that it would all come out all right in the end. So that feeling stayed with me, definitely. And I did miss the system when I came away from it.
Now, also you mentioned to me you feel your eyesight improved, and your doctor even verified that.
Yes, that was interesting, because I've been wearing glasses since I was 7, and I have astigmatism, as well as having eyes from 2 different people, because there's 2 different things wrong with each eye. So my prescription always changes. But this time I noticed that I've actually taken my glasses off to read certain things, because I have reading glasses. And if I didn't have them reading, I thought, look, I can read. And before I had the books sort of here, in order to read anything, but I was reading without too much eye strain, and that was the first time I've had that ever. So I thought there was certainly a difference, but I didn't know whether it was an improvement. It felt to me it was improved. So I went to have my eyes tested 2 weeks after coming back from Hawaii, and after they've been tested I asked the doctor what he thought. I said, had there been an improvement? And he said, you can definitely say there's been an improvement for reading.
Wow, that's remarkable.
And that has stayed with me now. That was in May. I finished the system in Hawaii, and we're now into September. And I've noticed a slight drop back, but only slight. It's certainly that habit of taking my glasses off to read, I think, is going to be always with me. That's not changed. In fact, I've got used to doing it. It was so novel to start with, and forget that I could do it. So that's been a real change, noticeable change.
So would you recommend EESystem to other people?
Definitely would. I definitely would, yes. I don't think there's any hard and fast rule to it, because it seems to address whatever the individual needs. And so you can all go in with a vast array of different things. But on a physical basis, I think if you have got something that you're particularly dealing with at the time and you're focused on it, I think that will help. And it's not as if you've got to sit in the chamber and really concentrate hard. You can just sit and relax and be present in whatever you feel you would like to see change. And I think that's the key.
Well, great. Thank you so much for letting us into your home today, and enjoy your EESystem.
Thank you.